Hey everybody, I am about to make some, I guess they're going to call it turkey noodle soup. I've got a pot with some water in it, so I'm going to set it over here on the stove and I'm going to go ahead and cook my noodles. I'm going to put a little salt in the water, get it to boil a little bit faster. And I'm going to cook these noodles in there. And then I'm going to rinse these off to get some of the starch and stuff off. And then I'm going to make my chicken or my turkey noodle soup in a different pot. So I got me some chicken broth here. I had this already and I needed to use it up. So I bought a bag of noodles. I have some turkey left over. I got 2 turkey legs, 2 wings, and a little bit of meat. So I'm going to cut all this off and salvage what I can to throw in with my noodles and just make some noodle. I love noodles, so I'm going to make some turkey noodle soup out of all these leftovers, and that will be done with the turkey then. So let me grab a cutting board, and then I'm going to cut all the good meat off of here, and I'm going to stick it in my little rock crock right here. I'm going to put them all in here. When my noodles get done, I'll put them in there. I'm going to put the broth in there. And then I'm just going to set this pot. You can do it on top of the stove, but I'm going to set it over there in my slow cooker on warm and just keep it warm till we're ready to eat lunch. And then I'm going to make me probably a grilled cheese sandwich or something with it. It's cold here today, so some noodle soup sounds good to me. All right, let me get my cutting board. All right, my water's boiling over there, so I'm going to go ahead and pour these noodles in after I splash them all over the counter here. Oh, let's pour these noodles in and get them cooking. Oh, some went on the floor. All right, so we're going to cook them for about 5 to 7 minutes in this boiling water. Let me get something to stir them up with over here. This is stir them up. And I'm going to set my timer for about 7 minutes. All right, in this pot, I'm continuing to pick all the good white meat and the dark meat off. So I have 2 big legs here that had a tremendous amount of dark meat on these legs, and when you put it in a soup, I eat the dark meat. I like the white meat, but I eat the dark meat too. It tastes good. So some people's one way or the other, but when you put it in a soup, hey, it's just all turkey meat. So I'm going to continue to pick all this off, and then we're going to get to making our soup. Okay, our noodles are cooking. I'm going to take this is 32 ounces of chicken broth. I just happen to have it in my cupboard here. So we're going to put this right in here and start getting this heated up on the stove. And then we're just going to add our noodles to this and probably some seasoning. I don't know if I'm going to put anything else in it or not. Sometimes carrot, celery, something like that goes in there, but I'm good with just this right here. But we're going to go ahead and get this on the stove and get this cooking while our noodles have about 3 more minutes to cook. All right. All right, I decided since I do have celery, I'm going to go ahead and stick some celery in there. We both love celery. So I'm just going to cut it up in little pieces and throw that right in that broth, and it'll soften up and cook right up in there. Put this in. High. And I'm going to do another piece here because I'm going to show y'all something. Let me get me another piece of celery. Here's me a piece of celery. I seen somebody do this the other day on the internet, and you know how you take the strings off of it? Well, what they did is they just broke it right in half like that, and then they pull the strings, look at that. Pull the strings right off and then pull them off on this side. What? It gets most of them too. But I had never heard of pulling strings off the celery. We just always chewed it with the strings on it. And just, you know, when you get at the end, you had like chewing cud from a cow. But now sometimes I do take my strings off. Sometimes I don't, but I'm putting it in something. I'm just cutting them off right now, but I saw that little hack the other day on there. All right, I got my noodles all strained up here, and I'm going to pour them into the mixture. Let's stir this up. I'm going to put a little bit of nature's seasoning in it. That is salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. So I'm going to sprinkle some of that up in here. So a little bit of seasoning. All right, let me see what else I can put in my soup. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and put some carrots in it because I got a can of carrots here. So I'm going to open them up, drain them. And then I'm going to cut them up because they're kind of big, so hang on. All right, I got the carrots all cut up and got them put in there. Let me see if I can show y'all. There's what it looks like right now. So the celery is cooking. Carrots are in, noodles are in, turkey's in. It's about to be some chicken noodle soup going on here soon. Oh, I can't get the, hang on, I'm trying to cut it off.